shit. It's 1,000. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Shit, you coming? Spin the check and get it right back.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Eazyy TV bringing you guys another Division video. Today I'm not bringing you guys any build videos today. I wanted to start a thing about the Division, about having discussions on, you know, stuff we see with the gear sets with Division. What do you think? What do you guys think are the best, you know, gear sets to run, talents, guns, everything like that? And I just wanted to start off with the people who struggle with how to defeat Predator's Mark, Nomad, and Striker. There's a lot of people that struggle with Predator's Mark and Striker, and I just want to bring it to you guys' attention how I play against those builds. Maybe this will help some people out, new players and everything like that. So I'm gonna start with 6-piece Predator's Mark. There's a million different ways you can defeat Predator's Mark. First off, you need to have a certain amount of toughness. All right, this meta requires for you to have toughness, and you need to have DPS. All right, a lot of people do run the 9K, I think, stamina Predator's Mark builds that have like the 125% or something like that, bleed or something like that. And the only thing about those builds are the bleed is crazy, but the bleed is only crazy when you have weak toughness and no EDR, which is exotic damage resilience. Okay, now in the previous video I said that Predator's Mark is OP. I still think Predator's Mark is OP. For the people who disagree with me, I'm gonna tell you why I think Predator's Mark is OP, right? So they fix shrapnel, which shrapnel is I think if any of the enemy is, like, if you're shooting one person, like let's say if I was getting shot by somebody and my teammate was standing next to me that hit on a 6-piece Predator, right? And a 6-piece Predator hit me 10 times, but he hit me 10 times but didn't touch my partner once. But my partner caught the bleed effect as well as I caught the bleed effect without him being shot. Now you can just imagine that with the full team of people who run Pred Mark, all right, that run 6-piece, because I have seen them in Last Stand, they run 6-piece Pred Mark, and there's non-stop bleeding. They're running houses, MP7s, MP5s, AUGs, M4s, stuff that shoot fast, all right? So it's almost a guarantee that you're going to get hit 10 times. Now, if you have a certain amount of toughness, which I go around 520 to 530, the bleed is not bad at all. The bleed is really mediocre. But if you're still stuck in that 1.7 meta to where you're like 300 and some K toughness, or even maybe even 400K toughness, the bleed is going to get you more because you're weaker. All right, so you need toughness in this meta. Now, one of the other reasons why I say Predator's Mark is OP is, I don't know if you guys noticed, Predator's Mark hit way harder, even though the bleed is less, when you see a 9K firearms Predator's Mark build. I have two or three friends that run 9K Predator's Mark firearm builds. All right, so they don't get the, you know, 125% bleed or whatever. That build, I've seen it firsthand. I've went against it. That build, no matter how much tough, even with Nomad, you can have 600 and some K toughness or whatever you want to call it. It will shred through you with 9K firearms, all right? Even though the bleed is not that bad, but when you're running a 6-piece classified Predator's Mark on top of 9K firearms with God roll guns, high crit chance and crit damage, no matter the build, you get shredded. I've seen my friends shred somebody that had like 600K toughness with Nomad, and the guy had exotic damage resilience. Now this is in the dark zone now. Exotic damage resilience, high exotic damage resilience. It didn't mean nothing. because the firearms are so high that it just shreds through that. Yeah, the EDR only helps you from the bleed, but when those 9K firearms get to you, especially with a high crit chance, high crit damage build gun, you're going to get shredded. My observation of what I said in my previous video is based off of what I've seen. A lot of people's like, oh, you just saying it because you ain't got it. No, I don't need to have it to know what the Pred Mark does with bleed and all that stuff. I have clips of me being next to somebody being shot in the DZ, testing out builds, and I went down before the guy that got shot 10 times went down, and I actually didn't get shot once. So with shrapnel and Predator's Mark, it's OP. It's OP to me, especially running 9K firearms. Now 9K stamina, the only thing you're relying on is the bleed. You don't have enough DPS or firearms to even shred somebody. The only thing you're only able to do is really get a bleed on someone. So to beat these things that I'm talking about, number one, you can face tank Predator's Mark easily, especially if you have a striker build or a Nomad build. You can have any type of hybrid build. I just dropped a hybrid build video. You can face tank Predator's Mark. The thing I do not recommend that you guys do is face tank a Predator's Mark build that has 9K firearms. Now, also, adrenaline has been fixed, all right? Adrenaline has been fixed. Now, adrenaline works for me every once in a while. It doesn't work back to back to back. So that's one way you can keep Pred off of you. When you're fighting somebody and you pop a med kit, you get immunity from any type of status effect for 7 seconds. That is enough time to kill somebody if you're a good player and you know how to kill and move around, all right? So also, another way to beat Predator's Mark is a reclaimer build. I have a reclaimer build that's also on my channel. The bleed that comes from that comes from a Predator's Mark to a reclaimer build, my reclaimer build heals up faster than what the bleed can take down. All right, even with my weak toughness reclaimer build. All right, so you have adrenaline to get past that. You also have reclaimer builds. Also, having high exotic damage resilience will also have it to where you don't need to you can take as much damage from the bleed from a Predator's Mark as possible. So toughness, high toughness, and exotic damage resilience will do you just fine. All right, that's my take on Predator's Mark. All right, now striker is a bit different. There's no status effect, but there is stacks. All right, so a lot of people run 6P striker classified, and they run either the showstopper, like a Super 90 or a Tax Edge, anything like that. Now, the people that I've actually ran into with a Tax Edge and Super 90 are the people who use either a Cronus Max, which is some type of fucking amplifier, so your gun trigger can be faster than what it is on the game, and mouse and keyboard. I have yet to see anybody that didn't use those two things that has a fast shooting gun. I fought a guy, his Tax Edge shot faster than a showstopper. That's impossible. The RPM is not even the same. All right, the showstopper is automatic, and it's a constant boom, 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 boom when it shoots. The Tax Edge, if you go with a regular Xbox controller, you can try it out for yourself. It doesn't shoot that fast. But for some reason, there's one guy that I was fighting, his Tax Edge and the Super 90, him and his friend, gun was shooting faster than a showstopper, or just as fast as a showstopper. Now you can't defeat you can defeat those, but it's a certain way you have to play when you play people like that. That's just the upper advantage that people do to make themselves look like they're godly, and they're not. You got to use all these mods and amplifiers to actually improve your gameplay, which I think is weak, but it is what it is. But if you really want to play against striker, if you see someone out with a shotgun, please do not face tank. All right, Do not face tank unless you have stacks yourself. All right, if you're coming into a fight with no stacks, if you got striker prey, anything like that, no matter what build you have, do not face tank. The only people that's able to really face tank is Nomad, because they get they get their life back twice or 3 times depending on how the Nomad works. All right, do not face tank a striker build, especially if you see someone with a shotgun out in their hand. Unless you can beat them to the punch and not miss your shots, and you're also using a shotgun or a fast shooting gun, do not face tank striker. All right, now to also stop striker, which a lot of people are doing that I don't condone, is shock turrets to stop them from moving around or whatever. I think the game has become way more weak and whack that people use shock turrets now instead of flame turrets, because a lot of people don't have gun game. All right, I don't understand the fact that you can be in a 1v1 situation and a person that you're 1v1 and won't even shoot you. He will run past you, drop a shock turret next to your feet, and then try to fight you or shred you down with a shotgun or whatever kind of gun that he has, which I don't like that at all, but it is part of the game. You can't really complain about it, but I just think that's weak of a player to actually play like that. Now, I don't know which YouTuber is telling y'all to play like that, but that is ridiculous. All right, so if you have real good movement, it's hard for somebody to get stacks on you. All right, especially a shotgun. Just as fast as somebody with a shotgun with striker get his stacks, it's just as fast as he can lose his stacks. All right, so what I do is when I fight other striker builds and I see that they have a shotgun, what I do is I move around. I don't just run. I do strafing, moving around back and forth, bobbing and weaving, everything like that. So when they're pulling up their shotgun, as soon as they pull up their shotgun and they shoot and they miss, they lose a lot of stacks from that. So the constant more of movement and going around people that you see that they're steady, trying to hit you with a shotgun, the more that they lose their stacks. Now, if you just face tanking somebody and they put a shotgun on you, you're bound to die. You're asking to die. That's just what it is. So I think that's the only couple ways that you can really get around striker. All right. Now, Nomad is a different story. They don't have any status effects or none of that stuff, any stacks, anything. The only thing that they have is tankiness and being able to, stay alive 2 or 3 times from their Nomad popping. The only thing you can do about that is really having good skill and just shredding the fuck out of them as many times as you can before, so they can die. That's just what it is. There's no, special grenades. There's no this, there's no that. With Nomad, you gotta work with Nomad. All right, you gotta work with unless Nomad is stupid enough to face tank 9K firearms, Predator's Mark, or a stack striker, then of course they're gonna easily die. And I've had a lot of people that try to do that against me with Nomad, and they just died. They got their Nomad popped in in a clip and twice in a clip, and then died on the half of the next clip. So a lot of these Nomad players are thinking they're godly because they can run around and be tanky and stay alive and run around, which I think that 6-piece Nomad is a cop-out build. I don't run Nomad. I will probably never run Nomad, but it is what it is. But that's the only way that I feel is the most effective way to beat Nomad. You have to be tanky and you have to be strong, because you have to endure the fight situation just as long as they can. All right, if you cannot endure how much the fight situation is, Nomad is probably going to beat you out every single time, especially if they have their Nomad perks to where they can keep getting heals and heals and heals. Now, if they don't have it, it's like a fish out of water with Nomad. It's either this way or it's that way. With Nomad, if you do not have the stuff to pop, you will die. You will get shredded, you will die. That's just what it is. That's what I've been seeing. That's what I've been doing to people. Now, when they have their Nomad stuff, there's a possibility that they can, there's a possibility that they can kill you, because you think, okay, I got him shredded down, he's dead. But next thing you know, he's still shooting and his Nomad pops again. Then you still shooting like, okay, fuck, okay, now he's dead again, he's blackbarred, I'm gonna shoot him one more time. Boom, you already done shot him and used the med kit. Only thing you have is a heal, and guess what? Now he's right back to full health. That was on you as a good player to really get it in and really find out the way to beat Nomad. I really don't have a problem with Nomad, but this is for people that do not know how to beat Nomad, Predator's Mark, and Striker. If you guys have any 2 cents, anything like that, you want to continue the discussion, just leave a comment in the description. Not in the description, but in the comment section. I'll respond back. I'll look at them. Now, if you're negative, you're probably 9 times out of 10 going to get blocked. Or if you just want to have a discussion that you don't see the same views as I do, that's cool. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching this video. Also, leave a thumbs up on this video. Hit that sub button and also that notification button so you guys know when I go live and drop bills. And I am out.